This is an iHeart podcast.
Welcome to Pretty Private with Ebony, the podcast where silence is broken and stories are set free. I'm Ebony, and every Tuesday, I'll be sharing all new anonymous stories that will challenge your perceptions and give you new insight on the people around you. Every Tuesday, make sure you listen to Pretty Private from the Black Effect Podcast Network. Tune in on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
So what happened at Chappaquiddick? Well, it really depends on who you talk to.
There are many versions of what happened in 1969 when a young Ted Kennedy drove a car into a pond
and left a woman behind to drown.
Chappaquiddick is a story of a tragic death and how the Kennedy machine took control. Every week, we go behind the headlines and beyond the drama of America's royal family.
Listen to United States of Kennedy on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
What happens when we come face to face with death?
My truck was blown up by a 20-pound anti-tank mine.
My parachute did not deploy.
I was kidnapped by a drug cartel.
When we step beyond the edge of what we know.
I clinically died. The heart stopped beating.
Which I was dead for 11.5 minutes.
And return.
It's a miracle I was brought back.
Alive Again, a podcast about the strength of the human spirit. Listen to Alive Again on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
Don't answer the phone. Elvis Duran, the Elvis Duran phone tap.
So here we go. Now, we've been doing phone taps for how many years now?
12, 13 years now.
A long time. And
Wow.
sometimes the good ones slip in between the cushions on the couch. We actually found one. And it was yours, Scary. This is actually a very good phone tap of yours.
This was the first time I did that Rod Phillips character, the music collection guy.
Yeah.
It was mislabeled in our computer system. I'm like, oh my God, a lost phone tap.
Now, which one is this?
This one's called Super Sounds of the 60s and 70s.
Now, every time he they are not real music collections. He makes it up.
Right.
So this is the lost phone tap. Set it up.
So originally, Alyssa wrote to us and said her dad is a big music collector, and he loves music so much, but he hates when people try and sell him stuff at the same time. So I figured, let's see if we could phone tap him that way, and we did.
Here we go. Let's listen to the lost phone tap from Scary.
Hello? Hi, how are you?
Who's this?
This is Rod Phillips with Super Sounds of the 60s and 70s. How you doing today, sir?
Good, how are you?
Very good. For a limited time only, we have a 3-disc set available.
Yeah.
You'll get hits from the Rascals, like this. Are you familiar with this song, sir?
Yeah, you familiar with this?
What's that? Sir? Hello?
Yeah.
Sir, my name is Rod Phillips with Super Sounds of the 70s. For a limited time only, we can give you this 3-disc set at
Rob, you gotta be kidding. You're calling on my private cell phone. I got emails coming in. How the hell did you ever get my phone number?
You're on a list of people to be called today, sir.
Yeah, well, do me a favor. Don't call again, okay?
Are you familiar with Smokey Robinson and the Miracles?
Yeah, I'm very good. Goodbye.
The Tears of a Clown. Super hit from 1966.
Hello?
Sir, it's Rod Phillips again with Super Sounds of the 70s.
How you gotta be kidding me.
No, I'm not, sir.
Is this a joke?
This 3-disc set comes for just $9.99. Just listen to this hit of the 70s.
Hey, take the 3-disc set and shove it up your
But, sir, $9.99, and you can have this plus $3.99 shipping and handling. Don't you remember the foundations with this classic? Build Me Up, Buttercup.
Rod, you know something?
What's that?
I'm telling you to shove the deal up your right?
Sir, haven't you ever bought music before? Because we
No, never. Wrong guy.
This is you.
Okay.
Are you Mr. Fascaldo?
The only Mr. Joe Fascaldos there are? Okay, if I ever had in the past, I am not ever going to again. You understand that?
Okay, but do you remember Sly and the Family Stone from the 70s? There's a song they have called Everyday People, sir.
What did you say?
Everyday People by Sly and the Family Stone, part of this 3-disc set. Super Sounds of the 70s for a limited time only. You cannot get this in stores, sir.
You know something? If I know who you are right now, I come in and grab you by the throat. You jerk.
So on and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby.
You're a sick aren't you?
What if we were to throw in a fourth CD, Marvin Gaye's greatest hits?
What if you were the guy and you... Why don't you just croak? Why don't you never call me again? By the way, I take the last 3 conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll see through the proper people get it. I'm at the Verizon office now.
Maybe you and your wife can be put in the mood with a little Marvin Gaye and let's get it on.
You.
Don't you just want to get your wife in the bed and say things like this to her?
Even though I told you you're a scumbag, I told you to drop dead, I told you never call me again, you're still trying to sell me CDs.
All I'm trying to do is make a living here, sir, and let you know that if you act now, we'll throw this bonus Christmas CD in for free, featuring the Jackson 5 and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. How does this sound? Do you remember this one?
Yeah, I'm going to report this call to the police, too, okay?
Sir, how could this not bring smiles to the faces of you and your family as you're gathered around the Christmas tree next year,
You're still going.
listening to the wonderful super sounds of 70s Christmas?
I'm going to find out who this is, you know. And it's going to be, I promise you, it's going to be the worst day of your life. Melissa?
Hey, Dad.
Let me call you back in a few minutes, all right?
Why? What's going on?
I'm having trouble with somebody harassing my cell phone.
You know, I've been having the same thing this morning.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Someone trying to sell you CDs?
Yeah, I'm playing music or something.
Hello, I've busted into your line with super hits of the 70s. Songs from Rod Stewart and Do You Think I'm Sexy, Mr. Joe Foscaldo. And is this Alyssa Lamparski?
Yes.
Alyssa Lamparski, we'd like to sell you this song from Rod Stewart.
Tell him I'm going to kill him.
Do you remember this one, Mr. Foscaldo? Do you remember when you were sexy?
No, we're not interested.
Do you remember when you got your groove on?
I'm going to find out who this prick is. And when I do, I'm going to come busting into his office, and it's going to be the ugliest thing you ever saw.
You know the words, everybody. If you want my body and you think I'm sexy, come on, sugar, let me know.
Alyssa, are you part of this?
Part of what? She's part of nothing.
Alyssa, are you part of
Yes,
this?
Dad. Yes, I am.
I'm hanging up now, Alyssa. You tell this jerk friend of yours, whoever it is, I'm really pissed.
Your daughter's playing a phone tap on you.
I'm trying to find out what your address is so I can come up and break your head.
Elvis Duran phone tap.
This phone tap was pre-recorded with permission granted by all participants.
The Elvis Duran phone tap only on Elvis Duran in the Morning Show.
Welcome to Pretty Private with Ebony, the podcast where silence is broken and stories are set free. I'm Ebony, and every Tuesday, I'll be sharing all new anonymous stories that will challenge your perceptions and give you new insight on the people around you. Every Tuesday, make sure you listen to Pretty Private from the Black Effect Podcast Network. Tune in on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
So what happened at Chappaquiddick? Well, it really depends on who you talk to.
There are many versions of what happened in 1969 when a young Ted Kennedy drove a car into a pond
and left a woman behind to drown.
Chappaquiddick is a story of a tragic death and how the Kennedy machine took control. Every week, we go behind the headlines and beyond the drama of America's royal family.
Listen to United States of Kennedys on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Adventure should never come with a pause button.
Remember MoviePass? All the movies you wanted for just $9? I'm Bridget Todd, host of There Are No Girls on the Internet. And this season, I'm digging into the tech stories we weren't told. Starting with Stacey Spikes, the Black founder of MoviePass, who got pushed out of the company he built.
Everybody's trying to knock you down and it's not going to work and no one's going to like it. And then boom, it's everywhere. And that was that moment.
Listen to There Are No Girls on the Internet on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is an iHeart podcast.